Happy New Year, dear Earthlings. Light of Elaine here. I'm excited for my first message of the year. We're going to be going over the energetics for January 2024. Can you believe it? This year is going to be really fast motion. So I'm going to be going into the energetics of January, and also this is the first time I'm actually doing a video in my new healing space here in Clayton, North Carolina, the LOE healing space, Love Over Everything. So if you haven't checked this out and you're local, please come by. We have wonderful practitioners and events just to help you really connect to your higher self. And I personally, my mantra is to help you remove those energetic blockages that get in the way of you living your most fulfilling life. Thank you so much for being here. And if you like my vibe, please subscribe and know that I'm here to elevate your vibes. So definitely I'm excited because there's so much that is coming for us. We had Mercury go direct, the sign of communication, and we had felt this energy the last 3 weeks of the year. And on the 1st of January was when it went direct, like 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night. And also on the 31st, the planet of luck, expansion, and growth, Jupiter, went direct also. Today I'm filming this on January 4th, but it's whenever it suits you. It's not time specific, but just letting you know that today Mars switched over to Capricorn. So we're actually starting to feel more grounded today. I speak to the major planetary shifts because we are part of this whole universe out there with different planets, and they all do have an impact on our energy. So we want to work with the emotion of the changes, not go against it. So normally in the secular world, we think of new year, new me, new resolutions, and resolutions really have a connotation of something needing change, that there being a problem that you need to resolve. And we want to start looking at it from a different perspective. You want to see it as intentions. What energy are you going to put forth to intend upon moving into action? And depending on the time, it's not going to support you as much if you don't know what's going on the outer world beyond here, planet Earth. So we have this change with Mars going into Capricorn. We're in Capricorn season. The sun is in Capricorn. It's been that way since the latter part of December. Capricorn is the sign of the zodiac known as the goat. It's an earthly sign. It's the they make everything happen. Very pioneer, very like business minded, very grounded. I have quite a few planets in Capricorn myself in my birth chart, so that's the only thing that saves me, because everything else literally it's air and water. So the earthly sign of Capricorn is here to organize and help us structure our goals. So today, going into Mars, going into Capricorn on top of the sun, and Mercury will be joining shortly. You're going to feel that with all the information that you acquired during the retrograde, because that was a time for you to reassess, to review, to just realign yourself further, so that now you can take more grounded action. But the most ideal time for you to begin starting these intentions is on the new moons on January 11th. It's on 111, and I'm very big on angel numbers, and that's new beginnings, positive changes, and we're going to be very supported on that day. So if you haven't done these resolutions per se, just put that aside and focus on January 11th to begin to plant the seed, because we're now in the winter solstice. We're supposed to really be going inward. We're supposed to be going into the chrysalis, the caves, as the bears hibernate. We too are cyclical beings, and we need to honor those cycles of the seasons and nature. So on January 11th, you have an opportunity, and you'll have another opportunity later this month as well, which I'll go over. There's a really big changes taking place because the planet of Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008. And last year we had some movement back and forth, a little sampling. It's going to be moving into the sign of Aquarius. So Aquarius is going to be supportive of technology changes, very progressive. It's like considered the maverick of the zodiac. Aquarius wants you to do what's in the best interest for you and what's in the best interest for humanity. Like, not so much just what you need, but also what's the highest good of all. Like, what is going to serve our humanity. Like, so speaking from a place of authentic truth to serve the greater good of humanity is going to be a big change. So there's going to be changes in our financial sector. The last time Pluto changed in 2008, we had a great recession. We're currently in a recession, and there's going to be further changes with our economy. Not that that's not my forte, I'm not going to get into that, but I want you to be aware that you are going to feel and see a lot of shifts. People are now coming out more, being their authentic selves, wanting to pursue careers that really nurture their soul. And as a collective, Pluto in going into Aquarius, it's, Pluto is the death and rebirth planet. It's a small dwarf planet, but it's powerful. So the day it's going to change, it's going to be the 21st. And the day prior, the sun is going to illuminate Pluto. The sun is the powerful solar energy. And if you do not know, in December, we had big solar flares, X-class flare on the 31st. So if New Year's Day of New Year's Eve was rocky, it's because we were getting a lot of solar energy, a lot of solar upgrades. So the sun on the 20th is going to be illuminating Pluto. And it's going to be powerful because as a collective that many of us are still asleep per se, not awakened, not connected to the higher consciousness, we're going through a lot of deep reprogramming or deprogramming per se. But there's a wave of people that have already awakened and are now seeking the higher consciousness, accessing more of their abilities, being more connected to their intuition and the outer realms, not only going by this 3D reality of following rules and orders. So what I'm trying to say is that on the 20th, the sun is going to illuminate Pluto, and more shadows and more darkness is going to be brought to light. So expect to see when you switch over to Pluto in Aquarius that a lot more is going to be revealed. And for those that want to call this conspiracy theory, whatever, it's fine, because all comes to pass regardless. All truth does come to light in its time. And wherever you are on your journey, just hold space for yourself, because the biggest thing that you can do for humanity is work on your own energy. Work through your kinks, work through your healing. And that's a big contribution, because you are part of the collective, whether it's the light or the dark parts of you, because we're dual beings, and we are to embrace both sides, because we have both sides. It's not all love and light. It's not what I profess, and it's not what my healing center is about. We are not here to help you bypass. We are here to help you walk through the shadows and the darkness so that you can illuminate more lights onto the earth. So we have this massive shift taking place, and you really want to consider going more inward during this time to free yourself layer by layer. And the more you remove of what's not needed, you're going to feel lighter and clearer and you're going to be more tuned in to humanity and what you need and what you're here to do, because we're not just here to go to sleep, work, pay bills, and repeat. We're here to embody our wholeness. And if we choose to not awaken or not expand and not move forward, we're going to feel stuck and stagnant. And no one feels good in that position. So on the 21st, to me, those are the biggest days of the month. You want to be aware of what's going on around you. I know that it's the beginning of a 40-year cycle in Pluto in Aquarius. Much change to come. Towards the end of the month, around that time, we're going to have all planets direct until April. So from that point on to April is going to be open game. So you want to plant the seeds, plan forward, make the action. Always inspired action. Moving through your rhythm. Never forcing, never feeling like you need to be someone that you're not. So the next big date is the 25th, where we have our full moon in Leo. Leo wants us to shine. Leo wants us to come out and show our stuff. So it's going to be really good, because we have now these few weeks leading into the new moon to set those intentions. Then we're going to feel the collective shift starting to take place on the 20th and 21st. And then we're going to have that Leo full moon on the 25th, and we will be also in Aquarius season. That's my season, and I just shout out to all my Aquarians out there, and happy birthday if you're a Capricorn, and know that this is like we're moving towards the end of the astrological wheel of the new year, and we're going to begin again in the end of March when we go into Aries. So be excited. There's going to be a lot of fast forward momentum towards the end of the month, leading through the April timeframe. But more videos to come with further explanation. Just remember to hold space for yourself, move through what you need to move through, and honor where you're at on your journey. So I'm going to pull a few cards, because that's what I do, and just to see what the collective energies are. I'm going to first ask that we clear ourselves. So you want to become more centered and grounded, connect to breath, acknowledging where you are at this time, whether if you're having a bad day when you're watching this video, or coming off something that you've been healing or processing. Choose to be gentle with yourself. So I'm just going to be sending some smoke to each of you, just clearing you, holding the light for you. Just a little collective candle, and just stay grounded and connected to all that you are. Let's see what main themes we have for the new year. Spirit, please advise what themes we have for the month of January, as far as topics or themes that are relevant. Messages of truth and clarity always. Flexibility and openness. If you want to see what's possible, you have to become malleable, flexible, bendable. And for many of us fixed signs that have a hard time with change, I'm talking to my Scorpios, Leos, Taurus, and Aquariuses. It's time also to be flexible, to see what awaits us in the horizon, and be openness, open to possibilities. If how you've been hasn't served you fully, wouldn't it make sense to become open to a shift or a new way of seeing life and the truth being revealed? The truth isn't pretty sometimes because it's going to force you to look at even parts of you that you don't like, that you shun away, or also the truth about society, the truth about what's going on around us. The truth is what sets us free, as per the previous president. Anyway, the thing is that the truth is your highest freedom, because now you know. And for those in relationships, intimacy is created when you're honest and you're truthful. And the more truthful you are, the more connected you are to those that you love. And the last one is success. We have the Black Jaguar for when I keep people. When you go through the depths of your truth, you find the way out, and that is success. So those are the themes we have. So be flexible, open, connect to your truth to arrive at your success. I'm going to pull some tarot as well. What energy awaits us? What do we need to know at this time for the greater collective? Okay. We have Three of Swords, Page of Pentacles. This is pretty shadowy. Okay. No. All right. One more. We have Page of Wands. And we have Lovers. Okay. So Three of Swords, we're healing a lot of old heartache and pain, closing out a chapter that was difficult for anyone out there that resonates with this message. You've been going through a lot of changes internally and conflict, and you're looking to replant your seed again, to start over again, to begin again, so then you can start to take that forward motion into your new beginning. And Lovers technically is not lovers per se, but also having options, knowing that you also loving within yourself too, like having options to know that you have different ways to go around your outcomes, and also some rekindling. I'm sensing some of you are like just saying, screw it, I'm just going to start over. Those of you are connected to your higher truth. Let me get some clarification because there's still more that needs to be said. I know we have this thing of like we're supposed to feel like reset when it's the full moon, when it's the new year. But we're going through changes. We're getting out of our heads. We're going through a massive revolution shift going on. So if you've been dealing with a lot of heartache and mental conflict, know that that's the information that's breaking you open to connect to your truth. Let's get more clarity on this Page of Swords and Lovers. King of Wands. Okay, so some of you out there are really tired and are using this anger to fuel you and leave it all behind to step into your new horizon. Sometimes we have to burn it all down to then rebuild ourselves all up. There are some love messages in here, and it's not only related to connected to fierce energy, a lot of fire energy. Okay, so we are now choosing to leave behind what isn't serving us. The Eight of Cups, we're stepping into our higher selves. We're connecting to a Seven of Wands energy. We're letting it all burn. We're feeling the pain. We're releasing the mental anguish. We're ready for a new beginning, and we're also ready to move forward with this lioness energy. And we do have a Leo full moon coming up. So if you're a Leo, Aries, or Sag, you know this energy very well. Fire is what makes everything happen. We also cannot be afraid of leaving things behind, leaving people behind, leaving things that don't serve us. We have to get into that Zen energy, going inward, and just beginning again, and knowing we have choices, we have options. We are not to just limit ourselves and our growth based on whatever's happened to us. That is not the end of the story. That is just the beginning, and that's how we are able to rewrite it once we have a full understanding of where we're wanting to be by facing the darkness. So let's see some final messages. The Spirit Whisperer, you have divine guidance, a higher knowing. It's time for you to listen to it. Listen to your inner wisdom, your higher self, your connection to source energy. The Ice Queen, ideas preserved, non-actions, entitlement. Okay, so when we get out of the head that we are entitled to not do what we need to do and be stagnant, you're not in letting your ideas flourish. You are now in a stuck situation. So you want to break out of that by seeking your divine guidance and your higher knowing. Some of you still feel stuck, and that's quite all right. Just know that no matter where you are at this moment in time, every day is a new way to begin again. Every day is a new day to begin again. Transformation, intuition, patience. So we are moving out of this non-action, listening to our intuition, and having the patience to transform. This is work, and we know this, but you are deserving of it. This is telling me that we need to not be afraid of the changes within and without. It is through the inside that we get through the outside. The only way out is through. We need to seek our own validation, our own love, instead of the outward validation and approval. We need to go inward to see the shadows. We need to go inward to see the pain. And that's the way out through freedom. Harriet Tubman just came to my mind right now. Like the tunnel of freedom. Going through the darkness to be set free. Connect with yourself. Embrace the changes of this new year. If you're not in this whole new year BS right now, that's quite all right. You are moving into this new chapter of your life, and you are powerful, you are courageous, you are strong, and you are deserving of these changes. Yes, we're going to lose people. Yes, there's going to be shifts, but that's okay, because where you're headed is far greater than where you've been. And that, my dear Earthlings, is what I want you to stay connected with. May you have a beautiful and blessed January season. Please like and subscribe and comment what your word of the year, your intention for the year, or anything that you want to share, just so that we build more community together. And yes, look out for me, look out for more, and much love to you all. Many blessings.